Alright, today we're going to talk about the Ralliart Snorkel install on the Mitsubishi Outlander Sport. It's pretty much the same design setup as the Mitsubishi Lancer. So I already have this cowl off here. That's one of the first things you'll need to remove. It has these clips that go here, 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 and there's two on the side here that you cannot forget about. Otherwise it'll rip the rubber bushing. So obviously, other than the sheer size of this unit, this is going to flow a lot better and it's going to hold a lot more volume. This is actually a two-piece unit, and with that, it's perforated on the bottom. That's going to allow air from inside the engine bay to also go into here, which is going to not give you optimal efficiency in terms of air intake temperatures. As you can see, this is also baffled. It's got these chambers on here to try to reduce intake noise. That's like a creature comfort kind of thing. As for the rest of this, so as you'll notice, this bracket here, I have this bracket was attached to here. That's why there's a bunch of metal shavings. I went ahead and removed that because I wanted to reuse that on the Ralliart. Ralliart doesn't actually have one, and I didn't want this thing flopping around. On here, the angle of this is actually slightly different. I ended up having to put this in a vise and just lightly heat it with a heat gun, basically all around, because I was afraid of these ridges getting messed up as well. And then I just slowly pressed back on here until I got close to the right angle that I wanted to, and then moved back over here with the snorkel in place. And then once that happened, I was able to get everything in a position where it needed to be. So what I decided to do, instead of using rivets, which is what I had before, was switch over to screws. So I actually threaded this portion so that I could use screws and not have to worry about anything else. So this will essentially pop inside. Oh, there's one more thing. There is a sensor here, which I assume is the intake air temperature sensor right here. Originally it sticks out this way horizontally. I added a little spacer, turned it sideways so it's vertical, because this plug was making contact with the side of the snorkel, and I didn't want that because, for obvious reasons, I didn't want it to get damaged. So this will slip in just like that, and then this, if I can get it to go back in, pops in like that, and then I am left with this here. So all I need to do is reinstall this with the screws. Once that's done, put the cowl back on, and then reinstall everything in reverse order. That's pretty much it. Pretty easy install. The only thing too is the Ralliart Snorkel is actually just slightly too long. So I don't know if you noticed, but in the front of it I ended up cutting off a section of it. So I took a Dremel and I cut about 1 3/4 inches. If I were to do it again, I'd probably cut off about 1.5 inches to start with. I was looking online and somebody said to start at 2. I didn't want to start at 2 just in case, and I should have did a little bit less just so that it had a better fitment against here. The fitment's not bad, but I can definitely get a finger length kind of in between. Well, actually it's not even really that. It's probably like a 1/2 inch, if that, maybe 1/4 inch. So but that's pretty much it. If you have any other questions, just let me know.